Hey everyone, it is Tuesday and I'm about to have my first meal of the day. I've been loving this sort of thing. I'll insert a photo. This is basically granola with a cut up banana, some berries. I have blueberries and blackberries today. I have this Greek yogurt on top, the coconut one. I sprinkled on some ginger sugar that I made ages and ages and ages ago when I made the candied ginger. And I also have some shredded coconut just sprinkled on top. It's so delicious, and it's been really handy to have that big jar of granola, the 5 cups that I made last week, I guess. I think I may make it again at some point this week. I like to eat it like cereal with oat milk. I like it sprinkled on top of yogurt. I like it as base for a fruit bowl with yogurt. Hubby puts it in his overnight oats. I'll also eat it as like my dessert if I'm craving something sweet, which I pretty much always am. It's been super convenient to have that on hand, so I may make another batch. If not today, maybe Thursday or Friday. I'm gonna do a little bit of time-lapse footage today because I want to do a bunch of cooking today. So what I'm thinking is I'll make some soup in the Instant Pot today. Then we can eat that with the rest of the crusty loaf, which I have in the freezer. That's the loaf that I bought for charcuterie, and we have a quarter of it left. So that'll be like a nice hunk of bread. I'll only eat half of it, so hubby can eat the other half. But I'm also craving something sweet. I'm gonna listen to a podcast. I just learned about this, I don't know what you would call it, discipline, I guess. It's called human design, and I don't know if you guys have heard of it before, but it's a blend of a whole bunch of different things like the I Ching, astrology, Kabbalah, and a few other disciplines and practices. It's a very new kind of like concept that's out there, but it's similar to, I guess it would be similar to astrology, like your natal chart. That would be the closest way to describe it, but it gives you all sorts of different ways of looking at yourself. And you guys know I really love personality indicators. I've been really into Western astrology lately. I've been wanting to get into Chinese astrology too, but I find there aren't as many resources, so it's harder to look into stuff. That's in the back of my mind though, as something that I'd like to look more deeply into. Of course, because of my ancestry, it'd be great to know a little more about Chinese astrology. But for now, I'm just kind of following whatever piques my interest, and human design has really piqued my interest. It looks like I'm a 2-5 manifesting generator, and I'm learning all about what that means, but a lot of it is really resonating with me, and I'm eager to learn more. So I'm listening to a podcast right now. It's The Balanced Blonde, and she is interviewing Jenna Zoe, who is one of the experts in human design, one of the few experts, because this is such a new discipline, but she does everything intuitively, which really, again, resonates with me. So what I'm gonna do is eat my first meal, and then I'm gonna put on the podcast, and I'm gonna start doing the time lapse of me preparing the soup, as well as one other thing, either the brownies or the granola. It is Thursday today and I'm just waiting for my friend to call. She's going to be calling me in about 20 minutes. Since I have a bit of time and I've done a whole bunch of work for the studio this week, I thought I would work on my advent calendar. Last time I showed you guys the doodles that I did and I ended up doing 5 more, which I thought were really cute. I did teapots. This one's really sweet. This one, just a whole variety of different teapots. So I thought the doodles themselves were really cute. I love pretty much all of them. But when I was editing the clip of me showing you the images, and as I watched the vlog over and I saw that segment again, I felt like a lot of the pictures were very disjointed. So for example, this ornament is really big on the page, and normally this would be small in size compared to, say, a teapot, but they're like the same size on the little baggie, and I just felt like it would look very cluttered and unappealing in the little cubby system that I have. So even though I've done all of these doodles and I love the doodles on their own, I've changed my mind as to what I want for the little baggies, and what really spoke to me, what I loved the most about the images that I showed you were the trees. So I've gone ahead and Sharpied in all of the tree images that I did. I still have to erase the pencil marks. And I just love the way these turned out. They're so cute. They're the right scale because they're all trees, so they'll all be like the same type size, rather than having this tree with little dots as ornaments and then beside it in the cubby system would be this giant ornament by itself. I really like that they're all the same scale. The trees themselves are easy to draw. They're easy to go over in Sharpie. They just look really clean. They're festive. So I just felt like this was the way to go. So I'm gonna redo all of those drawings, all of those doodles, and I'm gonna do trees instead. They're gonna be all trees and variations of this sort of thing. And I'll try to make each one slightly different, but it'll generally be the same thing. And I'm really, really happy with this decision. I feel like if I hadn't recorded that clip and shown you the doodles, I wouldn't have come to the realization to do all trees. And then maybe I would have been not super, super happy with the advent calendar, but also not willing to redo it. But now that I've kind of stopped and reflected and thought about it, tried out the other drawings, I'm so happy I'm just doing trees. I feel like that creative click or aha moment where it's like, this is what it's meant to be. So that is what I'm gonna be doing probably for the rest of the day after my call with my friend. I'd like to get these done so I can fill them this week, because I had a personal goal of finishing the advent calendar by November 15th. And we're well on our way there because it's already the 12th. Human design is really occupying my mind. I listened to a podcast today about manifesting generators, which is the aura or the energy type that I am. And it is so bang on in terms of who I am, how I get my energy, and even like my sleeping pattern and such. It's just very, very on the mark, I feel. I'll put in a screenshot of my body graph. I'll put in the like standard one, and I'll also put in the Rave mandala. It's fascinating. I'm still learning how to read the chart. There's a lot going on. And again, it blends so many different disciplines, a lot of which I don't really have background knowledge in. So it's really interesting to learn about the different disciplines as well. I mean, I've heard, of course, of chakras, but I haven't really dug deep into what they mean. At Grill Springs a couple years back, my friend and I had kind of like a body scan, and it dealt a lot with the chakras. So it's very interesting. I'm so excited to learn more about it. And this is the thing about manifesting generators that I came on to talk about, but then I got sidetracked. So apparently manifesting generators have tons of interests and tons of hobbies, and their purpose in life is to seek satisfaction, basically following the call of all of these interests and all of these different hobbies. In my case, I am a manifesting generator with sacral authority or sacral authority. And that basically means that I need to make decisions with my gut and with my body. So if there's something that draws my interest or piques my interest, I respond to it with either a whole body yes or a whole body no. And it talks about making sounds like and I'm very much, I don't really make those particular sounds, but I do make like yay or nay sounds in the way that I do them. I'm not too sure what they are because I'm not responding in the moment right now. But I definitely do have my like, no, or like, yes, I want to do that. I can't tell you how at peace I was to hear that. It's exactly what I needed to hear. You guys know I have so many different interests, especially if you watch this channel. A lot of you have come from my old petite hairstyle channel where I changed interests so much, and I really tried to keep it stable. I really tried not to be all over the place, but I just needed to follow where my interest led me, and it felt inauthentic and it felt disingenuous for me to keep doing certain things or recording videos on certain things that I didn't feel passion towards anymore. Now, I still do love skincare and I still do love beauty products, but it wasn't healthy for me to be like hoarding everything just to do reviews. And it didn't make me feel good to just be so about consumerism. And I felt like I was promoting consumerism and I just didn't feel good about that. Not that I'm against buying things. I still buy things. I mean, I haven't bought clothes in a really long time, but I'm not against that. It's just the level to which I was buying things was just, for me, it made me like deeply uncomfortable. But that's not to say that I don't like those things anymore. Like I still really love fashion and I still really love food and I still really love beauty products and skincare. I have this huge long list of interests that really ignite me. And this is the first time I've felt really okay with that. And I think in part it's because I've learned that I'm a manifesting generator and my purpose is to follow all of these interests and somehow integrate them within myself. The latest addition was my love for plants, and I felt the pull towards like wanting to create that part of the website. My alarm's going off. I've got 5 more minutes until my friend calls. So I'll just blabber on a little bit longer. This is the first time that I felt really at peace with that part of myself. And this is the first time that I felt that I can do it all, that I don't have to choose this, that, or the other. And I'm glad I haven't chosen. I'm glad I have different Instagram accounts for all of my different interests. And I'm glad I have my website that tries to integrate everything. And I'm glad I have the YouTube channels as my outlets for certain things. This one being just so dear to me because I can fully express everything that's on my mind and just be very true to who I am. So that is what human design has brought to me so far. I've got a couple of books on hold at the library. I'm just waiting for them to become available, and then I'm just gonna dive in and learn everything I can about myself. And like all personality indicators and this sort of thing, like astrology and such, I take the pieces that help me, and anything that doesn't resonate, I just discard it. I don't know enough about each discipline to really have that holistic view of like how all of the planets and how all of the different components interact. So I'll read up on bits and pieces, and if stuff resonates with me and helps me, I'll try to learn something from it, learn something about myself from it. And the things that don't resonate, I just discard. And I think that's okay. I mean, we're all multi-dimensional beings, and one discipline isn't going to explain us completely. it is Saturday today and I am going to be finishing up the advent calendar today. I bought a lot of stuff to put in the advent calendar. I think I may have gone a little bit overboard, but let's just get right into it. Advent calendar is all done and it is ready to go. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I love the tree doodles and I just love the overall look and feel. You'll notice I didn't put any numbers on the bags, and that's because each of the cubby holes has its own number. So I was able to kind of like tweak the bags at the last moment. I kind of had a system going where I had like big treats spaced out every now and then. I also had the teas in a certain order to minimize the chance of getting a duplicate, so the same tea 2 days in a row. But when I started switching them around, I kind of lost track of where everything was, and I want to be surprised, so I didn't bother looking inside. So there may be like big treats all in a row and the same tea all in a row, but it's okay. I'm just really happy with the way it turned out. You'll notice that the little baggies in the middle column going down are a different shade. They're slightly darker, and that's because I bought 2 sets of baggies and the colors were slightly off. So I used up all of the ones in the first bag. I had 20 bags in the first bag, and then in the second bag, that's when I noticed that they were like a different shade of like this craft paper color. So I'm super happy with this and I can't wait until December 1st. And I do plan to vlog all of December. I won't post every day most likely, but I will vlog every day. So you guys will, well, you know what's in here already. They're basically Halloween chocolates and Pukka tea, but I'll be opening each bag on camera and doing my usual steeping of the tea and tasting the tea on camera. So I'm really, really excited for that tradition to continue. Even though we're in like a pandemic. I'm gonna switch you guys around so you can see me. This is like a lot of time on the advent calendar. So you guys will notice that I went with Halloween chocolates instead of like anything too fancy, because I thought of the idea right around the time of Halloween and everything was on sale right after. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna use Halloween chocolates. We like them anyway, and I think it'll be okay. We'll see how we feel when we open up each bag. I don't know if we're gonna get like that special feeling because it's Halloween chocolate. Originally I was gonna get those lint spheres, the ones that come in all sorts of different flavors, but because of the pandemic I haven't really wanted to go into a store and like pick out a bunch of stuff. So I figured for this year, for the first advent calendar that I'm putting together myself, I would just go with something like quick and easy. We do love Halloween chocolates. I think as long as we don't eat any of it from now until the day of the advent calendar, it will still feel special. And the reason I say that is because I did have some left over. I went a little bit overboard with the buying of chocolate. So we have another box of 50, which is unopened. So maybe hubby can even bring that to work. I don't know if he's gonna want to. He might just want to like save it for the new year and slowly eat it ourselves. And then I've got like a few of these little Kinder chocolates left, and I have one Coffee Crisp and one Smarties. So if we're gonna eat any of this, we should probably eat it this weekend so that we're not eating Halloween chocolate leading up to the advent calendar, and then maybe it'll feel like a bit more special, like a little treat. And I did put quite a few treats in each bag because we tend to eat a lot of sugar and a lot of snacks. So most of the bags have 3 treats except for the ones that have like bigger chocolate bars. Those I think have 2 treats, but I feel load up the bags quite a bit, especially since we're gonna be having it every day. I mean, a goodie bag with lots of treats is fine, but usually you only get one, and this is like a series of 25 goodie bags. And I did do a goodie bag for Christmas Day. Hubby and I don't exchange gifts anymore. I've always felt like the advent calendar ending on day 24 is a bit like anticlimactic. I don't know what the word is, but it's like you're opening stuff all the way up to Christmas Eve. And I know on Christmas Day the tradition is to give gifts and such, so you will have something to open, but I thought it would be nice to end the advent calendar on day 25 with like a little bit of a bigger treat. So that's I know what's in that one because I set aside those chocolates for that day. But there's no tea in there. So the thing about day 25 is after we've tried all of the teas twice, we'll get to pick which tea we want to drink that day. So that's kind of like the twist on day 25. It's only 9:30 and hubby's not awake yet. So I think I'm just gonna tidy up a little bit. It's kind of a mess because I moved everything to do the advent calendar. And eventually I have to go for my walk. I'll probably leave in about an hour or so to go for my walk. There's lots of light streaming in right now. I hope the plants are really happy. That's why there's like a big light patch here. There's just like light bouncing off the condo everywhere. Those little watermelon peperomia, a few of them started to droop. The petioles are like really droopy and weak, and then all the little baby leaves are starting to droop. So what I did was I ended up putting them back in their domes. There was something I did to them that they didn't like, and hopefully, fingers crossed, they will survive. I'm gonna keep checking on them. But the ones that I didn't uncover, the 3 that were too small for me to like open up, they seem to be still growing and doing okay. I think I'm gonna end off the vlog here. Abby and I plan to eat hot pot today. I'm so excited about that. We're gonna have that for lunch. So I will insert a photo or a little clip of that in this video. And then I'm gonna start vlog number 3 of the Eat at Home challenge tomorrow. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.